Whoa, whoa, what happened? What just happened? We set it on the lift, but then... What the what? Select and hold. I'm having... This is such a... This is such a weird minigame. Can we sell the brake caliber? Put in trash? Why would we do that? What? What the what? Ooh, the car minigame? Apparently. But it's so unclear what we're supposed to be doing here. It's so entirely unclear. Bro, I would paint and resell the car. That's actually not always the best idea. Because the cars have the VIN numbers on them. So you can find your old car sometimes, and then they could try to track it back to you. So if you part it out, it's a lot easier to get away with it. But you'll still get caught. You will absolutely still get caught. Is that all we could do with this? I don't know why we went through all that trouble. I don't know what that got us, and I don't know how to... I don't know what this game wants. This is so unclear. Okay. I don't know how we selected that, frankly. I'm just clicking wildly until it works. Okay, remove screws. Okay. Yes, I would like to remove the screws, please. Please, game. Why are the screws on the back? They didn't even mirror the part. What? Okay, remove screws. Yes, please. Just let me... I think I understand what it wants. So when you're selecting a new part, you have to just look at it where it's green and then just hold the button down. And then after a while, it will engage, I guess. Yeah, you just hold the button down with no indication that you're actually doing what you need to be doing. Yeah, it... Why? Why does this work? Babies are dumb. Babies are dumb. Theoretically, it's the job of the parents to make the babies less dumb, but babies are dumb. Shepard, want to hear a flamingo fact? Of course I want to hear a flamingo fact. I don't know a world in which I wouldn't want to hear a flamingo fact. Okay? Oh man. What are we doing? Belt tensioner. Do we have to take every single one of these parts off? We have to take this belt off, but not the other one. Oh, now we can take the other one off. Flamingo fact. Flamingos are stupid. Isn't that technically an opinion, not a fact? Because isn't stupidity relative? If it's relative, you can't technically say it as a fact. Unless you say something along the lines of, flamingos are stupider than fill in the blank. But then you have to also define what stupid means under the context. Because your definition of stupid might be different from someone else's, which would then make an opinion again. So, for that to actually be a fact, theoretically you'd have to say that flamingos are less capable of solving puzzles than a cardboard box. Maybe that's true. I don't know. How can you know if they're stupid or not? Yeah, that's the problem. So I suppose the way that we would need to say it is, flamingos are worse at solving problems than humans. That is technically a fact, I believe. Well, no, because some humans are probably worse than flamingos. actually. Hang on. Wait. Hang on. Now we have to figure out how to word this so that it's actually a fact. Okay, so way to word it for it to be a fact would be to say that obviously it would depend on the actual test parameters, and you'd have to actually have to do the test. But theoretically, if we were to word it, oh god, what have I done? This is what you signed up for, Sorrows. If we were to word it that flamingos, that specifically pink flamingos, under controlled testing environments as provided by X, i.e. mention your source, in at least 51% of cases, the flamingos were not able to complete the test parameters within the time provided. That could be considered a fact. I think that could be considered a fact. Obviously, you'd have to do the tests, but I think that is one of the only ways that you could really, really call it a fact. Could be wrong, though. Not a scientist. Alright, why can't we remove the cylinder head? What's still holding this on? The spark plugs. Okay. Sounds like bogus. Right? I have not yet met a pink flamingo in a scientific setting. So, they might actually be more intelligent than 51% of cases under the controlled circumstances. I guess that would also depend on what the test is. Like, can they do college level mathematics? Maybe. Maybe not. Have you asked them? Have you tested them? I don't know. Are flamingos stupid? I don't know. Now, if you say, do I want to hear a flamingo opinion, then that's fine. Because then you could say flamingos are stupid all day long because that's your opinion. And you're allowed to have an opinion, even if it is wrong. Flamingos might be smart. I don't know. I've never met one. That's not true. I think I've seen one in the zoo. I've never met a flamingo and had a nice conversation over a game of chess and tea. But that's just me. Maybe my cultural exposure to flamingos' intelligence is lacking to speak with any sort of authority on the subject. I'm not sure, though. I'm not sure. This all remains to be seen. I don't know if it's ostriches or flamingos, but some of them run into walls to entertain themselves. But that's just it! We play video games! I sit here and I stare at a computer screen that I mean, I really, like, desperately want to just grab my computer screen and rip it and hold it up in front of the camera to show that it's just a flat computer screen. But I can't afford to replace it right now, so we're just gonna not do that. But we sit here staring at this essentially 2D screen all day long, and we have a blast. So maybe for ostriches it's the same way. Like I enjoy writing fantasy worlds. Like, I enjoy the act of world building. But that doesn't exist either. It's a mental exercise, but it doesn't actually exist. So does that make me stupid? These are the questions that we have to ask before we start going around judging flamingos on what they're doing with their lives. I don't know, man. I don't know. It really depends on your perspective. Because when I was a little kid, my mom would get upset at me because I would bang my head against a fireplace, a brick fireplace, to entertain myself. Not hard or anything like that. She did try to stop me, for the record. It wasn't child abuse or neglect or anything along those lines. I'm just saying. So, was I stupid as a kid? And I personally think, my opinion is that the answer is yes. Absolutely. Absolutely, I was stupid as a kid. That's my opinion on the matter. But we have to figure out what you're judging it off of. There's too many variables, Sorrows. There's too many variables for this. I think running into a wall frequently in captivity as well, where they can't roam around pecking things. Yeah, that's another thing. What is the test? What is the actual test group? What were their circumstances? Were they wild? Do we know? Can we control for all these factors? I don't know, man. I don't know. Philosophy class with another shepherd? You know what? I'll take it. I'll allow that one. I'll absolutely take it. This is where, if we were affiliate at this point, we would have the Minotaur emoji that would be perfect for this. Verdict, stop it. Just stop it. Okay. Message received, Luigi. Message received. I don't know what left what there is left to take apart on this. I'm sure there's some part somewhere. We took apart the actual pistons on the engine block. Took apart the battery. There's got to be something else in here. Transmission. We don't have anything that we can click on for the transmission. There's got to be another part somewhere in here. Let's be a little bit more methodical about this. Now I'm just thinking about flamingos and how they're unjustifiably called stupid. Poor birds. We don't know what's going on with them. Are you done? Apparently not. Apparently not. I love philosophy class. In college, there's never been a solid answer. Hurts the science part of my brain. Man, I need to be doing SOS caps so not to get a brain overload. I'm sorry, everyone. Sorrow's got me started. I don't know what to tell you. This is his fault. Blame him. Don't actually blame him. Can we take anything apart inside? No. Okay. I also enjoy philosophy a lot. Is there something behind that we can undo? Because we should be at the point where we should be able to disconnect. Wait, there was green for a second. I swear there was green. We should be at the point where we can disconnect the transmission from the motor and actually pull the motor off of this thing. But it does not seem to want that to happen. So are you blaming it on Dark Sorrows? Well, that wouldn't be fair either, because it's not his response. See, this is the problem when we talk about stuff like this, right? Because it's not his responsibility that I went off on a subtangent. It's not him. It's not his responsibility. He didn't do it. I'm the one that's still talking. I'm the one. So blame me. I am the only one that could be blamed for this. But yeah, we blame Saros. This is what you get for talking about flamingo facts in this chat. This is what happens. May it be a lesson to all of you. Stop it right now. I'm not doing this again. I take the blame. I could see the screws around the edge of this thing. But we can't actually select the engine block. I'm zoomed out as far as I can be. There's gonna be a green part somewhere on this dang thing. For the record, he does this probably once a day unprompted. So it isn't really Sarah's fault. She's not wrong. Hello, I'm here to sell you out. You're welcome. She's not wrong. We've been watching through like the Clone Wars series, and I'll just start going on a side tangent about one thing that one character says. I really am a pain in the butt to be around. I don't know why you put up with me, any of you, but especially Copernicium, who has to deal with it when I'm not live. Fools, the lot of you. Are you having an existential crisis every day? No, I'm just upset about other people's existential crises, that's all. I have an existential crisis at least once a week. There is a part somewhere on this dang thing. And it should be the screws that connect the transmission. Right? Like we could see the backs of the screws where it's connected to the motor. Okay. So wait, what are you doing in the game? I thought this was Thief Sim, not Mechanic Shop. I thought so too, but we got wrapped up in flamingo talk and trying to disassemble an engine, but the instructions are very, very unclear. So we're currently... You see how everything's like flashing red? We're looking for a single part on this thing that flashes green. Just for a moment. That's what we're looking for. Let's exit out of that real quick and see if we can sell these tires. Because I feel like we probably can at this point. Black Bay. Ooh, a candle holder. Nice. Car parts. Yeah, we can sell all that. Okay, so we sold the parts that we needed to sell off of this thing. We can interact with the engines and we can interact with the wheels. Is it something on the back of the car, maybe? Selling tires. From where? Don't ask. We haven't actually really spent any time at the junkyard yet. But I assume that's exactly what that's going to be. So we can't take off the exhaust or the exhaust manifold or anything like that. And we can't actually take off the whatchamacallit that transfers the rotational forces into the other direction. Very efficiently, by the way. And like the way that the gearbox was designed to allow it to go, to allow the tires to move independently from one another without breaking everything apart. So that if one of your tires spins, it doesn't destroy your car. Remove screws. Come on. Somewhere around here. Can we lift the lift? Is that an option that we have? Oh, we can! Oh, we totally can! Okay, cool. Which means now we can take apart the suspension. Perfect. Okay, now we're talking. Wow, these camera angles are special. Oh, there we go. Take off the tie rod. This is where things start to get dangerous. Because this spring right here likes to fly off. If you don't do it right, you can really hurt yourself a lot if you mess up your or if you're messing with your suspension. You don't know what you're doing. You got to be really careful when you're messing with stuff like that. Take off the shocks. Go to the other side and do the same thing. Well, is there more that we can do on this side yet? Yeah, we'll take off all the tie rod parts. Come on. Let me go to the parts. Thank you. Are we actually getting anything at all from taking this car apart? Because it doesn't seem like we are, frankly. Yeah, no. Okay, there we go. Wonder if you can get more money from parts than the actual car. So, once upon a time, I used to flip cars a lot. Cars and jet skis and boats and stuff like that with a really good buddy of mine. And, once upon a time, he bought a Mustang that the engine started to get a rod knock in it, which, if you don't know, that generally means that you gotta replace the whole motor, or at least part of the head. So when you get to that point, oftentimes that's where it will suddenly become significantly better to just part out the car. So that's exactly what we did. We pulled, it was a Mustang GT, I don't remember the year, but we ended up pulling the motor, pulling the transmission. We pulled off all the tires, the brake assemblies and everything like that, and we just parted it out on Craigslist. And he got his money back, basically, because when you buy a Mustang that works and then it throws a rod, you're probably not going to get your money back from that. But with us parting it out, he was able to get most of his money back. So to answer your question, can you get more money from parts than the actual car? Sometimes. It depends on the condition of the car and condition of the parts and stuff like that. I had... what? Why did it do that? That's fine. Okay, fine. We'll just take the drive apart. That's fine. Actually, reminds me, we dropped the transmission and the motor at the same time. Just because it was more convenient in the Mustang. Man, that was cold, too. We were working in a un-AC'd garage in the dead of winter. And because of the fumes of some of the stuff that we were doing, we had to have the garage door open for a lot of it. That was a cold couple days. That was rough. Good times though. Those memories are gonna stick with me for a long time. I enjoyed that a lot. I like working on cars and boats and stuff like that. There's some platinum in this catalytic converter. Not much to really make it worth anything proper, but just the more you know. Cody's Lab on YouTube has a cool video. Where he tried to get the platinum off the street. Like off the side of a highway. All the platinum was coming out of the catalytic converter. I don't know what this is supposed to be connected to, but apparently we already took that part, just not the screws. Are there going to be any fruits to this labor at all? Or are we completely wasting our time? Because it feels like we might be completely wasting our time. We're getting better at clicking in the right spots, though, so that's, you know, something. Oh, fuel filters. You know what sucks? Fuel filters and BMWs. Replacing those freaking things. That sucks. That was a bad time. I never enjoyed replacing any parts on BMWs, man. They are a pain in the butt to work on. Jeeps are absolutely the easiest. But we also had to replace a lot of parts, so take that how you will. I liked working on Jeeps, though, because there's so much room. They're not designed for space efficiency, so you end up with a lot of space for hands and parts and whatnot. Upgrades, too. All that's good. I think all that's fine. Any other parts up front for us to deal with? Are we actually good? Can we take the rest of the wheel off now? No? Alright, that's fine. See if we can actually pull this transmission out. Now that we did that. Hey, we can. Nice. Should have already been able to do this, but, you know, whatever. Let the game do what the game wants to do. I guess it depends on the make and model. Jet skis were also a pain to work on. We never bought a jet ski that wasn't a pain to work on. Just because it's tight spaces. Which really, that was my main problem with BMW, is that it's so aggressively engineered that it's difficult to actually deal with. Are we not going to take the actual engine block off? No? Alright. It's fine, I suppose. Is there more to do here? There's no indication at all of when we're done with the thing. Oh, here's all the parts we just pulled off. That's good. At least we got to keep those. If we just go to the junkyard now, what happens? Well, that was a fun little side tangent. I suppose we should probably get back to our regularly scheduled program now, huh? Set up the junkyard. See if that guy can pull parts out of our cabinet. It'd be great if he could, but I doubt he can. We probably have to transport the stuff. Which, car parts are heavy. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Junkyard. Hey, buddy. Howdy. Oh, we can sell everything. Okay, so that wasn't a waste of time. Do we want to sell it, though? Or do we just hold on to what we got for now? Sell the radio. Because we know where we can just... Oh, I don't know, something about the way the guy just looked at me. Wasn't ready for that. Pawn shop? Pawn shop? I think pawn shop. Why not sell the car carcass for scrap too? And that's what you usually do. You'll sell like... Because when you're piecing it out, you can sell the side panels and stuff too. Like you'd sell the doors independently for people that want to replace it. They got things called pick and pulls, where it's basically just a junkyard, but it's specifically set up to be a junkyard where people can come and grab the part that they want and just pay for that off of an old car. You bring your own toolbox and you literally pull out whatever parts you need. Good idea. Alright, box for Richie that I just tried to sell, but don't tell Vinny about that. He probably would not be too happy that we sold his bomb. I mean his package. Alright, Richie Rich 204. The buildings on Richie Rich Street are much more sparse than they were on Greenview. 204, wait. Oh, I'm such a fool. 204 is not up here. I saw a parking lot and I was like, oh, okay, I'll park there. No, 204 is down at the bottom. I think it's that house we already robbed once. Which, if so, this is going to be really easy. Because we already know what we're doing. I just totally went on autopilot and parked in the second parking lot that I saw. I just assumed it was going to be in the area. Yeah, I think 204 is the house we already did. That's pretty convenient. Ooh, they have a garage. Does that mean they have a car for us to take apart? You know what? Let's try this. Come back after 24 hours. All right. So we have the camera in the mailbox. This is the first time we're trying this. We're going to sleep until 3 p.m. And then we'll sleep until 5 after that. See what's going on. This is super conveniently located parking space. Hey, that did work exactly as intended. Cool. That's really cool. Alright, so what is that? Middle of the day? It's a noonish. We'll come back. Let's go back to the flamingos. Oh, sorrows. Sorrows, sorrows, sorrows. What fresh hell are you asking for here? Hey, they didn't hear that. That's surprising. They're about to leave, so they're about to walk right past us. So let's get out of the way, shall we? Why is she walking back and forth? Why is she pacing in her own house? Oh, these security shutters are about to go down. We need to get inside. We need to get inside now. Ooh. Okay, we made it in. That's good. Let's talk about fish. What do you want to talk about? What about fish? I'm ready to talk about some fish. Alright, box place. Since she is about to leave, we could probably go ahead and grab some stuff while we're here, you know? You know what I'm saying? Picking up what I'm putting down. Alright, everybody's gone. Cross your fingers, there are not any cameras inside this house. What? What? You're kidding me! What? How the heck did that happen? Bye, car. See you in the next life. How did she discover the burglary? How did that happen? That's fine. We did our mission. We did our mission, so there's no loss there. Let's talk about how useless they are to a success. Oh, sorrows. Oh, innocent, innocent sorrows. You have just opened a can of worms. Let's get through this.
You're doing all right, you know that? For the next job, go skill up on electronics for me.
Okay, sounds good. Alright, let's try to keep this rant to a minimum. What I will say is that fish are actually one of the most significant things possible to society throughout history. The fishing empires, the fishing trade, the fishing sustenance that has come out of rivers, lakes, and oceans that have sustained cultures and people, and the cultures that have evolved around the fishing and the fishing societies, and the different welcome to a new hell, the different technological advances and discoveries and ingenuity that has come from the need, from the necessity to fish and to survive off of those fish has been extremely, extremely important throughout all of history, including today. People are still fishing like crazy, and it's becoming a problem. I mean, it was already a problem, but it's becoming an even bigger problem because we rely so aggressively on fish and the fish market. That overfishing is a huge issue. So fish are the opposite of useless to society. They're extremely useful to society. They're just stupid swimmy cobras. Again, this is the same thing about calling things stupid. There's a lot of caveats to that. But at the same time, fish are very important. Significantly more so than most people realize. Alright, electronics level 2. That's what he wants? Really? Level 20? Yeah, learn electronics skill, level 2. Alright. That's fine. We can do that. Just give us a while. They're stupid. Are they? Why are they stupid? What defines them as stupid? One of the other smartest creatures that we have is not actually a fish. It's a dolphin, so it's not in the same family. They don't work. Oh, okay, so your definition of stupid is whether or not something works, whether or not it's able to perform tasks, right? Because if that's the case, technically bottom feeder fish do perform a task. Actually, most fish perform tasks. They hunt, and hunting is one of the oldest forms of work. Most fish will hunt for food. They just swim around going glub glub. If you're looking at fish that are in like tiny aquariums, yeah, I'll give you that. I'll yield that one. But hunting is one of the ultimate forms of work because that's what they have to do to survive.